Our item we could not live without is plastic. Plastic is everywhere, even in our clothes. But to be more specific, we're going to be focusing on Coca-Cola, since it's really easy for companies to destroy the environment because they're rich. To pinpoint an area, we will go to Los Angeles, where there's a Coca-Cola bottling plant, which is simply named the Coca-Cola Building. But first, we need to give context about Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola alone is responsible for producing 3 million tons of plastic each year. That amounts to around 200,000 plastic bottles a minute, produced by 900-plus factories owned by Coca-Cola globally. One factory is responsible for producing, on average, 222 plastic bottles a minute, with larger factories producing more bottles. That's a lot of plastic bottles that cannot be broken down naturally. Coca-Cola was named the world's worst polluter for the third year straight, right in front of Nestle. Such materials do not mesh with the ecosystem well, and their effects can be devastating and harmful to the ecosystem.
Currently, it is estimated that there are 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic floating in the ocean. These plastics cannot just magically disappear. They, however, break down into microscopic pieces of plastic called microplastics. One of the worst areas for plastic pollution is in the western coast of the U.S., which is where the Pacific Garbage Patch is located. Microplastics are eaten by phytoplankton in the area. These phytoplankton are eaten by small ocean life, but the microplastic is still transferred to the tiny ocean animals. These animals are then eaten by larger fish, who are then eaten by birds or even humans. In this way, a whole ecosystem can feel the harmful effects that broken down plastics going all the way to the top of the food chain. This is also happening in Los Angeles too. The fish in Los Angeles, such as the Californian halibut, this ugly fish, are eating phytoplankton that ate microplastics from the broken down Coca-Cola bottles. Then they go to some random person that eats fish or a seabird. These microplastics causes inflamed tissues, stunted growth, reproduction problems, blocking of the intestines from the buildup of plastics, and then leads to death.
Californian governments and organizations have already taken a stance on big business that use plastics such as Coca-Cola products. There are many ongoing lawsuits concerning the effects of plastics on local and national environments alike. Water quality is also affected by the chemicals and oils in the plastics. Plastic's breakdown of materials is not beneficial for any form of life, land or sea, plant, animal, microbe, or other microorganisms. The chemical cause is the water clarity to reduce, which makes it harder for seagrass to go through the process of photosynthesis, which further destroys the environment.